The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here with OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series as they bring you the Bumpy Road version 2.0A right here at the Legacy Daytona track. In the booth with me is none other than the illustrious Al, you betcha, Smith. How you doing, Al?
Not too bad, KR. Lovely weather that we have down here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Spent the day down at the beach. Trying to work on my cams. I'm not so pasty white from the up north New York area.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, it didn't work too well.
There's a lot of pastiness up there in New York.
How are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing all right. We're going to talk about some great racing action here at Legacy Daytona. So it's going to be a great night. Speaking of, qualifying has gotten underway. Gabe Butler in the 88 on the throttle for his qualifying lap, but he is not the only one that is out there for qualifying. Sean Stevens in the 27 also out there on the speedway in that orange and yellow and multicolored Buck Wild machine. It's still I like a busy paint scheme, and that one's got it going on.
Very good looking race car out there as well. Driver last week came so close to winning the first win. Gabe Butler out on the racetrack with his number 88. I see Sean Stevens goes to the point though so far, KI. David Booth.
As the times are streaking in, Tyler Miller in the 24 out on the speedway. He's going to make his way across the start-finish line and begin his first and only time lap as Josh Milam takes the top spot. Dustin Barber in the 6, making his way down the back stretch on his time lap. So qualifying happening very quickly here. A lot of drivers rolled out very soon. Or as soon as they could, I should say.
Yeah, well over 30 cars entered into tonight's race here at Daytona, and I hope you brought your glue for your dentures, KR, because tonight, this is not the paved Daytona. This is the rough one. This is the one that the drivers like, a lot of into the drivers' hands. We're going to see 2 wide action most of the night. Possibly some 3 wide action, but we've seen it in the past here, especially with the OP Premier Series. 3 wide action here at this track. Well, it is on the edge of your seat, white knuckled on the steering wheel. These drivers all putting it on the line for us here tonight, and we look forward to tonight's racing action, and it's going to be a good one, I feel, as it always is here on Monday nights.
Anthony English in the 44 making his way out of pit lane. Gathering speed, Zach Workman crossing the start-finish line to begin his time lap. Les Levy up inside the top 10. Sebastian Marin inside the top 5. So Josh Milam holding on to that pole position for the moment. Alex Green in the black number 3 making his way down the back stretch. Alex on his time lap. Do want to take a moment and say hello to Mr. Alan Fritsch. How you doing, Alan? As Al Smith said, hope you got some glue in your dentures there, because this track will rattle them out.
Are you going to be mean again tonight?
Baby.
My God, I thought I gave you the happy pills.
You did give me the happy pills, and I took all of them. Just imagine if I didn't have them.
That is true. Oh God, that would be bad. Alex Green, though, coming across the line, I believe. Not sure where he went across the line. 20. Next driver coming up onto the racetrack will be the number 40 of Peter DeBorgia. He's going to put in his qualifying time as he rolls off turn number 4. They're all chasing the number 7. Josh Milam, who sits on top of the pylon, 50.78 seconds. Around here, DeBorgia goes across the line. He'll go 16th quick so far in qualifying in KR. We've seen it week in and week out. It's not really so much where you start here on the super speedways. The field's always jumbled up, but tonight track position could mean something. We've seen how hard it has been to pass here on the bumpy road, not necessarily because of the cars, but because of the surface that they're racing on. The cars getting out of shape. You want to be up front, you want to stay up front, and then it's going to be a hectic battle. I'm going to call it organized chaos tonight.
It is pretty close to organized chaos. That's for sure. But yeah, elbows up kind of night here is one of my notes for our race info. This is the Bumpy Daytona track, so yeah, for sure better be on top of it. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, taking his way down the back straight. Now, we were just talking before we fired this thing off, and you know, it's not very often that we have a 3-time winner this early in the season, but Logan Helton has found a way to do it.
Yeah, Logan Helton has come out of the season, and honestly, you kind of saw it at the beginning, or not the beginning, at the end of last year. I think it lit a fire up underneath him not being in that championship 4, and it really came down. I think it lit a fire up underneath that 63, and he's come out here tonight, or out this season, knocking off 3 wins early on in this season. And we were talking about last season, it took us to the playoffs to have a driver get double digits on the win. And out of the 6 races that have won, he's won half of them. So batting 50%, it's a pretty good stat.
Jeff Crosby shuts it down after his qualifying effort, good enough for 8th place. Cody Ober in the 8th. Looks like he is going to be our last car to qualify. Multiple drivers staying off the qualifying grid. So far we have had 30 drivers take a time. Want to give a shout out to Miss Mara. How you doing, Miss Mara? Thank you very much for chiming in. Anyone else who is watching, if you haven't done so yet, let us know who you're cheering for tonight. And I promise Al will have something nice to say about him this time.
Who?
Whoever they're cheering for.
Yes, because we all know you're not going to be with us.
I'm always nice, Al. I'm the one that keeps you nice. Now you better behave or I will beat you with the hose again.
Not again.
This time there's going to be water in it, so it's even heavier.
Oh, God.
All right, well, that being said, we're going to step away for the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with our starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, Please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, our drivers for this OP Racing Premier Series Bumpy Road version 2.0A here at Legacy Daytona, taking to the grid. So that means it is time to go through our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1 with a time of 50.787, topping all other drivers in speed here for qualifying. That is the number 7 of Josh Milam. To his outside from Team Limitless, that is the 2 of JD Crow. Sebastian Marin in the 23 on the inside of row number 2, and to his outside, well, that's the 26 of Hunter Reynolds from Fuel Sim Racing. Row number 3 will be the 24 of Tyler Miller, Flat Out Motorsports driver, and to his outside, the 77 of David Booth. Row number 4 going to be the 8 of Cody Ober and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Row 5 will be the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 44 of Anthony English.
Starting on the inside of row number 6 on the Checker Flag Motorsports Group, it is the number 62. It is Les Leavely. Outside of him for Limitless, the number 32, it is BK Anderson. Starting 13th tonight, the Buck Wild Racing, car number 27. This is Sean Stevens, and outside of him, the 42 of Nate Warren. Starting 15th on the grid in the Alliance Motorsports, car number 95. This is the Hall of Famer himself, James Mayer. Travis Elliott will start 16th on the outside of row number 8 in the 51. 17th, Cody Nagels, a rookie of the year contender, and Zach Workman to his outside. And in row number 10, Jimmy Reynolds will roll off 19th, and outside of him, the winningest driver this season, the 63 of Logan, the Kid Helton.
Zach Fritsch on the inside of row number 11. Alan Fritsch going to be cheering hard for that car. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 to the outside. Row number 12 will be Daniel Holloway and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 13 will be the 071 of Eric Loria and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row 14, the 13 of Andy Brigante and Dustin Barber. Row 15 will be Alex Green in the 3 and Sean McCara in the 71.
31st, we'll go to David Overstreet. 32nd, the number 4, Rick Seabrance. Chase Berry and Vicente Guerrero will make up 33rd and 34th. Ernie Williams Jr., Aspen Belvin, and Jeremy Funk starting dead last here tonight. That's our 37 car field here tonight, and looks like a few drivers not making it to the grid, including the 06 of Cody Nagels, Vicente Guerrero, and BK Anderson, all going to have to start from pit road here, KR. We'll see how that works out for them as the field comes off turn number 4 to get ready to go green flag racing in round number 7 of the 2022 season 9 for the OP Premier Series.
Pace car down and away. Josh Milam in the 7. Gonna lead this field to the first green flag of the night. And here we go. 3 cars starting from pit lane. They're gonna have the field go by and then hopefully catch up to the rest of everyone else when a caution flag comes out. JD Crow working that outside lane as the 26 Hunter Reynolds pushing on his bumper. That inside lane proving a little bit better through the first corner of this race. Down the backstretch though, things might change as here comes the 2 of JD Crow to send it to the high side through 3 and 4.
He had 2 teammates working down to the inside of the Fuel Sim Racing Camp, the 7 of Milam and the 23 of Sebastian Marin working the inside of the racetrack. And you can already see those cars starting to dance around over the bumps here at Daytona. And Josh Milam, he's going to lead lap number 1, but here comes Crow with a good push from Hunter Reynolds and the 77 of David Booth. KR Booth, one of those drivers I feel like looking for a little bit of redemption this season. He has been up inside the top 10. I feel like we've talked about him a lot already in this early season.
Down the backstretch they go side by side as this race is going to feature a lot of 2-wide racing action. Hard to see them hit 3-wide here at the Bumpy Daytona track, but don't worry, they'll find a way to do it.
They will. Just when you don't think they will, here comes the number 2 of Crow. He's going to lead lap number 2. Great car breakaway on the outside. You got Gabe Butler leading the next brigade, trying to catch up to that 3. Some is just like that. JD Crow's going to cut the nose off the front of the 7 of Josh Milam, as that was very close entering turn number 1. Now Hunter Reynolds with a good push from David Booth. Milam takes a peek to the outside. He tries to make a move around the 2 of Crow, but nowhere to go. Boxed in at 189 miles an hour in the turn number 3. 2 by 2, your top 3 are, and then it is a single filed out. But look at the 44, Anthony English. He's starting to crawl on the outside with Nate Warren in that 42. Another rookie this season trying to make a name for himself here in the OP Premier Series.
Hunter Reynolds with some help from the 77 of David Booth surging out ahead. And the 26 going to drop down to the inside. Fastest lap of the race right now going to the 12 of Zach Fritsch at a 47.11. We'll see if that is a time that stands. I have a feeling that that is just the beginning of our fast laps. I think we're going to see him down into the 46s before it's all said and done.
And Fritz already dropping 10 spots, not where we normally see him. Is trouble up front. 1 car, Anthony English is around. David Booth, big trouble down here, turns 3 and 4. English upside down, and he's turtled it in turn number 3. A lot of big action. Josh Milam still leads it. We'll have to look at back as we were not up on the front with that accident, KR. Big action up there at the front of the field.
All right, let's check this out and see what happened. Contact at the front. Anthony English going up and over, and one of the cars being launched. I think that was Sean Stevens in the 27. Hurtled like he was catapulted. Somebody used a trebuchet on that car. Wow. So big time crash. They went medieval on the 27.
They sure did. It looked like it all started. It looks like the 77 of Booth got loose, had to chase it down the racetrack. And when he did, Hunter Reynolds was down there. And not normally do we see the big one so early on at Daytona, and especially starting up at the beginning of, at the front of the field. But tonight, a lot of big cars, good cars, caught up in this one. Anthony English going to have to take it. Sean Stevens as well. Because everybody's going to come down pit road.
Now on the pit road comes our field. And the 7 of Milam going to hit his pit box cleanly. Sebastian Barron and the 23 into his stall nicely as well.
Hey, Logan Helton did a good job avoiding that. I was just watching that on my side of things. KR, he able to cut it down into the grass and avoid that wreck.
Good heads up driving by Logan. Started mid-pack, so he's going to have moments like that and take advantage of other drivers' misfortune. The 42 of Nate Warren having a solid pit stop. Gonna see him post up into second place. So far, that 42 looking very strong.
Right now, it looks like, I mean, I know that big wreck really jumbles up the field, but our biggest charger of the race so far currently belongs to the number 1 of Chase Berry, up 25 spots after those pit stops and missing that wreck. So up there, we'll see what happens. Looks like some drivers working down on the apron. They might be coming back down pit road. We'll take a look and see if that is the case or not. Is really close on making it. Stage number 1 will end on at the completion of lap 25. So very close on whether they can make it or not. And looks like most of the field going to come in and top those virtual fuel cells full of Sunoco race fuel. That gave the race lead to Peter DeBorgia and Chase Berry.
Yeah, a couple cars did stay out. And by couple, I mean 3. Peter DeBorgia, Chase Berry, Sean McCara all staying out. Everyone else coming down to top off their fuel tank. And yeah, it is going to be close on fuel here tonight for stage number 1. So everyone who came down just getting that extra little bit of insurance.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's close. So we know that they can go between 16 to 19 laps on a tank of fuel. So the matter is just how hard you got to push that car, whether or not you can save it here. So we'll find out, see what happens. They're going to go back green flag racing with 7 laps in the books. So just under. There's just a little bit, about 18 laps left to go in stage number 1. And a lot of drivers already having to go to the backup car. Not what you want to do so early on here in stage number 1. And we've seen that this season. Seems like stage 1 has been the crazy stage. Stage number 2, a little bit less craziness. Drivers get into a rhythm. They get those their anxious genes out of the system there. The sugar, whatever you want to call it, KR, they seems to get out of the system for stage 2. And then it comes back in stage number 3. We thank you all for watching out there on the Turn 3 Racing Network as the Ford Mustang pace car will pull off into the infield. Dave Hepman, Peter DeBorgia, Chase Berry going to lead the field back to green flag.
Green flag coming right back out, and we are picking up where we left off as Al gets him a nice flavored drink. The 40 and the 1 running side by side, but nobody up to the top side to help the 1 out just yet. So Chase Berry falling back a little bit. It's going to be a minute before someone can get to him, but here comes help in the form of the 24 of Tyler Miller.
Yeah, Miller really moving the outside, and Zach Fritz. Remember, I was just saying he was running back down in the 30th position. Here he is up inside the top 10. So Alan is going to be happy out there watching on our YouTube channel on the Turn 3 Racing Network as now Zach working the outside of the racetrack. And just like that, the Borgia coming to pit road. So interesting play call here. He brings Lori with him, and it looks like Gabe Butler. So 3 drivers peeling off teammates. All coming to the pit road is now there 2x2 Chase Berry trying to get pushed to the race lead from the 24 of Miller.
Sean McCara in the 71, our race leader. The 7 of Josh Milam on his back bumper as they work their way down the back straight. And yeah, you're right. Unique strategy call by Eric Laurie, Gabe Butler, and Peter DeBorgia to come down pit road when they did. Now they will be well and clear of any issues that may pop up with this field running so tightly together. But they're also not going to be going near as fast, so that's going to be a tough one to call.
And right now, it's really anybody's game, especially with how early we are. The field has been shuffled up. Now the outside line seems to be the forming up place to go. McCarron down low, the 7 of Milam down low as well. Sebastian Marin, Hunter Reynolds. So 4 teammates lined up there for Fuel Sim Racing. The 7, the 23, 26, and 6. And Dustin Barber, he's been very fast this season. Has had some good runs and has also been caught up in some nasty wrecks here, looking to rebound tonight at Daytona. I think that Dustin keeper, it could be your sleeper car, KR, that number 6, quietly running inside the top 10.
Fastest lap of the race going to the 21 of Daniel Holloway last time around, but it doesn't last long as the 44 of Anthony English gets the honors of having the fastest lap. So Anthony English, after having his wheels to the sky, now that they're down on the ground or making up for lost time, he's turned in the fastest lap of the race so far. He is off the lead lap, but he is out there. He is chugging right along. One car that, after our first incident, did not get going again, that is the 53 of Dave Hunt. It looks like possibly he's trying to get back out there, but in a very extensive repair to the 53.
Yeah, he has been on pit road for the last 5 laps, so we'll see what happens to the 53 of Hunt, as he had extensive damage. As Chase Perry still leads this one. Field really tied up there, and I didn't know if you, I was not paying attention to you, yeah, and I apologize for that, but Anthony English has the fastest lap of the race with a 47.07. Pretty dang fast to get around here at Daytona in that there. He runs towards the back of the field with Sean Stevens, but up front, Barry doing a good job in that number 1. He's been playing the lines. He sees the 71 start making some moves. He moves up there. Then he'll drop down to the inside. And right now, being pushed by the 7 of Milam is now Sean McCarron with a great push from Miller to the race lead. There, the lead lap number 12.
We go on board with the 23 of Sebastian Marin. He is the 3rd car on the inside lane. The 7 of Josh Milam clear of McCarron in the 71. We'll see if Milam makes a jump to the outside lane here, for he's going to stay down low. And the 7 does keep it posted right there on the bottom. So, running side by side, working lap 13 of 25 here in stage number 1. Al, with as much passing as they are doing at the front, it's kind of hard to say who looks dominant right here in this moment, but man, you can't deny that Chase Berry gained 32 spots in less than 14 laps.
Yeah, definitely cannot. Now it looks like Dave Hunt finally off of pit road as the field flashes by at Buckwild Racing entry 53. But yeah, Chase Berry, a great job. Had some trouble in qualifying with that number 1 Chevy Camaro, and now finds himself leading this with some very fast drivers with pushing him. Doing a great spot for him. And it looks like Josh Milam is pretty content with just riding. He's had some runs behind the 1 of Barry, has chosen not to take them. Could that be a ploy to stay with his Fuel Sim Racing teammates on that bottom line? 4 of them lined up, and they got Logan Helton to the inside as well. The outside line starting to lose some ground to your Chase Berry.
So Barry in the 1, McCarron in the 71. Those are your respective lane leaders. A little bit further back, that is the 4 of Rick Seabrand. T-Brand's looking for his first win of this season. And to his outside, well, that's the 84 of Aspen Belvin, our inaugural season champion. The 84 of Aspen back out here with this group once again. So we're glad to have him. I believe this is Aspen's third start of this season. I have to check my notes here real quick. Hasn't been out here a whole lot, but glad to have him out here either way. And yes, it is his third start of this season.
Always good to see when champions of the league stick around. Just speaks numbers to why this group is the best as they are. They have the best drivers. They retain the drivers, and they like to come out here and play. And you know that a champion like Belvin can get the job done anytime he gets behind the wheel of that number 84. Working to the inside of him is the 77 of David Booth. How about the Country Time number 46? I'm not sure if it's Country Time actually sponsoring it, but it makes me want some lemonade looking at that number 46 of David Overstreet coming to the front.
Yeah, it would be nice to have some Country Time lemonade right now. I could go for some.
Reminds me of wasn't it Neil Bonnet that drove that?
I believe so.
That car?
I believe he did have Country Time on his car for a while.
We're really dating ourselves when we start remembering this stuff. You do realize that, right?
Or we're just good at knowing our history.
I like the way you put it.
Because I can tell you that Abraham Lincoln was our 16th president, but that doesn't mean I was around when he was there.
Oh, don't lie to us. We all know you were.
Yeah, it just doesn't mean it.
Right now the line's kind of stalled out. Milam working to the back side of Barry. Now the outside line with a little bit more energy now formed up. McGarrett has crawled back into the race for the race lead with just over 7 laps left to go in stage number 1. The question is, these drivers that were on pit road in lap 5 and 6, can they make it to the end here of stage number 1? The green and white checkered flag going to wave at the completion of lap 25. But yeah, that doesn't mean that they win the stage. They got to be able to make it back to pit road to be crowned the stage winner. And
yeah, you do have to get back to your pit stall under your own power. And you know, it's one thing to cross the start finish line first to get the stage because you played the fuel game, but it's another to try and get back to pit road because sometimes that top 10 could be strung out. And when they get strung out, it takes a while for the pace car to get released.
Yeah, you gotta slow it down and let the pace car get there. So really some nervous crew chiefs on top of the pit boxes as they work around the racetrack. 3 drivers down at least 1 lap to the arrears, as now they will look like they're coming up. This could get a little bit hairy. Hang on to your hat, folks. They're coming up on some lap traffic. And it is Les Levy working the outside of the racetrack. And we've seen in the past trouble as they come off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. It's a good spot to kind of catch that 62 is down the backstretch, but Les Levy going to be down 1 lap to your race leaders now as he lost touch with the draft at the start of this race. Chase Berry still your race leader, coming to 5 laps to go in stage number 1.
Yeah, some damage on this 62 as we ride on board with Les. He's going to get into the draft here and be a little bit better off, but he still has some work to do here tonight to get back on the lead lap.
Good news is he's ahead of the 44 of English and the 27 of Stevens. So assuming that we do not put any other cars a lap down, currently he would be that free pass recipient at the end of stage number 1. The bad news is, well, he is a lap down. So he's got a battle on his hands coming up with Anthony English and Sean Stevens for that spot. But up front, things tightening up 2 by 2. McCarra's going to lead it at the line with that 24. You got to wonder, are the tires starting to wear out down low? They do not seem to have the speed that they had before. Or does that outline just have a little bit more energy working the outside of the racetrack? Josh Milam takes a peek to the outside, trying to side draft the 71 of McCarra. Can't quite do anything with it. And now here comes a shot to the back bumper of the one of Chase Berry.
Chase Berry gets that shot in the back bumper, and they go side up by side into turns 3 and 4. We're riding on board with the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He's been no slouch here in this race as he has worked his way forward 15 spots from where he qualified. He is trying to get all he can out of this race car here tonight. So before we get to the end of this stage, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our points as they come into tonight's race. Logan Helton with 3 wins, Chase Berry with 1 win, Josh Milam 1 win, and Hunter Reynolds with 1 win. Look at that, all of them working their way forward here in this stage. Our biggest stage winners, Hunter Reynolds and Zach Fritsch. So far this season, they're the only ones that have more than 1. And our biggest points movers so far this season, or in these last 3 races, Logan Helton, Hunter Reynolds, and Zach Fritsch, all making some big moves. But here comes the drivers who tried to make it to the end of the stage, but were not able to. Chase Berry gonna peel off for pit road. Josh Milam stays out along with the 23 is Sebastian Merritt.
That answers our question whether or not they could make it. They couldn't make it coming to pit road on lap 5. Can the drivers that are on track now make it at pitted on lap number 6? That's going to be the question.
Oh, trouble. Alex Green involved. It looked like someone else took a shot down to the inside. Yellow flag is going to come out. And I believe Josh Milam was ahead when the caution flew.
I believe that might have been David Booth involved as well.
Rick Seabrand's getting a shot of it. Take a look and see what happened here. The 3 looks like he's getting hooked. David Booth in the 77, the 4 Rick Seabrand's. Take another look at this one. Slight contact there, and looks like that's all it was that sent the 3 around. And no one, it looks like no one hit the wall or anything, so light damage to the 3 and then contact with the other cars, of course.
Yeah, hard right front contact to Seabrand's car. David Booth involved as well. We know that that is a backup car for Booth. But what an end of the stage, I'm assuming, is going to be there. I could be wrong, but that I believe that's going to be close enough to be a stage call.
Yes, that will be the end of the stage.
So Josh Milam will unofficially or officially, depending on how you want to look at it, pick up the stage number 1 win as he hits his pit stall here for Fuel Sim Racing.
All right, so down and away. Here's the 7 of Josh Milam. Let's see if we can't get a word in with the 7 and our Fuel Sim Racing driver. And that is Josh Milam. Josh, you got your ears on, bud?
What's going on, KR?
Oh, not a whole lot. I am officially calling you our stage winner.
It is official.
Officially official. There you go. Well, nice job, man. You pick up a stage win here tonight at the Bumpy Road 250. This Daytona track really has the ups and downs going on for everybody. A big crash to set this field off, but here you are out in front.
Oh yeah, luckily I got to that first crash. I got a Ghost 4X, so I assume I took no damage from it. Skated through that one. Just managed to stay up front, and I didn't know for sure if he was going to make it on fuel there, but that caution come out a lap early, so that helped us big time. And we got a 1, 2, 3, 4 for FSR right there.
Well, nice job to your team there on a solid stage finish. Josh, the 7, always a threat to win week in and week out. But here at Legacy Daytona, you have to have a little bit of different attack to the track. So what's your approach going to be here for stage 2?
I know they're going to the pit here soon, so I'm starting on the inside. I'm going to stay on the inside. Probably run, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 laps. And hit the pits. So hopefully all of our guys can stay there on the bottom, get the pits together, come out, and we'll have plenty of fuel to try to make a run and race wherever we'd like to for the remainder of the stage.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you. Any shout-outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Definitely shout out to you, KR. Shout out to Seabass there for staying with me that entire time, fuel saving. He went to make a move there and fell back a little bit, but still got stage points. And then shout out to Hunter there for the final pushes to give me that stage win.
All right, man. Well, nice job getting it done here tonight. We hope to see you in stage 2 and victory lane.
10-4, hope to talk to you again.
That is Josh Mylan from FSR, our stage 1 winner. So, Al, there you have it. Ghosted through one, so he's already burned up some luck.
Gotta keep it clean.
Keeping it clean. There you go. All right, so field stacked up 2 by 2. Travis Elliott on the inside of row number 1. The 8 of Cody Ober on the outside. Row 2 will be the 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 1 of Chase Berry. Then it's the 7 of Josh Milam and the 46 of David Overstreet. Pace car going to duck off for pit road. Down it goes. And up comes the RPMs as we get back into the throttle. Everyone got to get through the gearbox cleanly. Away we go once again. All race cars are out on the track that started. So 37 cars still in this race. Of those 37, 33 are on the lead lap.
That they are, and it looks like it was going to be up through the gearbox. How about Cody Over to the point? Chase Berry going to give him a good push. And David Overstreet in that 46. Working the outside of the racetrack. So a new set of players. And, well, didn't take long. Logan Helton already back up inside here. Working the outside, trying to crack top 5 for the first time here tonight. How about some Hershey kisses down low with Dan Holloway? And he likes, oh, as I say that, he gets kissed in the rear bumper. Nice save. Got a little bit loose over those bumps. Josh Milam with a bump to the back bumper, but those Hershey kisses almost come unraveled.
The Holloway's still falling back as he's trying to find somewhere to slot in. He has dropped all the way to the tail end of this field. And now he gets it gathered back in, and after a big loss there, but like you said, he was able to hold on to it, but man, a big moment right there.
Very big moment. Could have been a huge moment. He'll live the race another day and another lap around here. Might have to change his shorts though.
Yeah.
I would have. I mean, I have to, just watching it fourth. Have to go change my shorts. Have you ever done that in a race car, Kat?
I've never soiled myself in a race car, no.
Did you have
I have gotten bloody in them,
Yep.
but I've never had other bodily functions in them.
I got thrown from a go-kart once. That
Yeah?
was fun. Yeah, that was fun. That was a pucker moment. Overstreet up to your number 2 spot. He had a good push from Jim Mayer. Then he cuts to the inside. Now Jim Mayer working the outside of the racetrack. He's got no help there as of yet. The 19 of Workman starting to get a push from Anthony English. And English trying to get back on the lead lap the hard way. He leads the drivers that are 1 lap down currently on the racetrack. Mayer's able to get down to the inside line. So Workman and English, the only 2 cars currently up on the outside. Alex Green starting to make his way back up to the front with the 13 of Bergante making his way as well. And how about Jimmy Reynolds in that 17 inside the top 10 KR? He's had a dismal start to the season 9 for the OP Premier Series, trying to right the ship here tonight at Daytona. That car looking like it has some good speed underneath it here at Daytona.
So side by side, and the 8 of Cody Ober down below the yellow line. Jim Mayer going to drop down below as well. Not sure what was going on there. The 17 of Jimmy Reynolds who you were talking about has the 23 of Sebastian Marin on his back bumper, but Chase Perry, who had to peel off for pit road right before the end of the stage, has worked his way back up to the front of the field as we have a few drivers hitting pit road. The 24 of Tyler Miller, Zach Critch in the 12, the 71 of McCarron, and the 51 of Travis Elliott all on the pit lane.
The lap 50 is where we're going. We're 17 laps from making it. The 2's soon to come in.
Al, it's kind of a
Flip the coin moment, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of almost can make it, but not sure if you can.
worth a shot. Here comes several more race cars. The 7 of Josh Milam, your stage 1 winner on the pit road, but looked like he got on a little aggressive. He still had the brakes locked up. Could be a speeding penalty coming this way for our stage 1 winner of the 44 of Anthony English. Out in front of this field, he is not our race leader. That is the 13 of Andy Brigante of the 44 of English, doing all he can to stay on the lead lap or be the first car 1 lap down.
Jack Milam on pit road. And right now, Anthony English trying to do it the hard way. What do you think of that, KR? Working up front now. Is now Workman going to drop into the pit road. So everybody really jostling. Peter DeBorgia stuck in the sucker hole. Now able to get back up in front of the 53 of Dave Hunt. And Hunt multiple laps down after that vicious wreck. Oh, what a move by Bergante. I don't think he even put his directional on that Lamborghini.
No, I don't. I think he's driving a BMW instead of a Lamborghini. No turn signal was used there.
Do they even have directionals on those?
Maybe?
I've never seen one in person.
Not really.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're going to come down pit road. Chase Berry way down low. He clips the cone.
Alex Green got into the grass and tagged Andy Brigante. Slight contact there.
That they did, and as they were in the grass, the 071 of Eric Laurie sets the fast lap of the race with a 46.87 lap time, and he is not done yet. Got out of again, and they are 3 wide down the back stretch for your race lead. With with the Borgia down low. 53 a lap car trying to get a lap back. Now Laurie bails out of it on the outside. He'll drop back behind now to the inside. Might be looking to come to pit road, and he is. Safely will do so as Gabe Butler, DeBorgia, and Laurie all come into pit road.
With all that being said, Alan Fritsch is calling for dad joke time. So we'll kick off our best dad jokes. Al,
Yeah.
what do you got?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't like being put on the spot with the dad jokes. Blank tonight, KR.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Alan.
Surely there's one you can have heard. No?
No.
All right. Fine.
Oh, well, Alan's filled it in for us. He says that his wife left a note on the refrigerator that this isn't working anymore. So he's not sure what she's talking about. Open the door and it works just fine. So, there you go.
There you go.
Mr. Fritz coming through for us. Thank you, Alan. As KR and I have let you down, we apologize. Well, at least I
What,
do.
you did? I was going to let Alan give his dad joke.
All right. You knew one was coming, but you put me on the spot. Is that what you did?
Absolutely.
All right. All right.
There. So good dad joke right there. I like it. I like it. Goes in line with, told my wife to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug.
I like it.
All right, so out in front is the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. He is our race leader. But Sean Stevens and Anthony English are doing all they can to stay in front of him. Dave Hunt in the 53, already multiple laps down in this group as well in front of the leader. Anthony English and Sean Stevens tail end of the lead lap. As they are as tail end as you can get.
They are. They are hoping right now for a yellow flag.
Yes, they are. And here comes the 62 of Les Levy with some help from his teammate David Overstreet. Overstreet in a battle for the race lead, but pushing his teammate back onto the lead lap. That outside lane fizzling just a little bit. They had some good momentum there, but now they're falling back as we're working lap 40 of 100, stage number 2, going in at the completion of lap 50.
And Jeff Crosby wants to put those drivers back down lap because they know that the 27, the 44, and the 62 are very fast race cars and capable of coming back up and being in contention for the win. So a lot of games being played right now at the high-speed chess lot here at Daytona. Anthony English love to see a yellow flag fly. Not sure if he will get it or not. But now Jeff Crosby trapped to the outside. And the question still remains, can they make it to lap 50 on the tank of fuel that they have?
That is a good question, but I can say one thing. Gabe Butler has the fastest lap of the race at a 46.68. So those lap times are getting down to that very quick speeds now.
2 by 2. working around this racetrack, and I tell you, the back behind them is just as furious back here, and that is being led, I believe, by the 23 of Sebastian Marin as he runs fifth. They are just 28 seconds behind that lead pack that we were just watching. And the racing back here, they have been bouncing, sliding, bumper tagging all around. Hunter Reynolds now getting a good push by that 32 of BK Anderson. And that reminds me of the Andretti scheme, but it also reminds, it has the Betty Crocker on here, so it reminds me of Erin Crocker when she drove for Ray Evernham Motorsports in the ARCA days as well, has that look to it. Erin, a graduate at RPI. I watched her race the ESS sprint car, that's the 360 sprint cars up here in New York, KR, before she made the move down there, and well, now is known as Erin Evernham.
Now, speaking of ESS, do you know who the announcer is for them this year?
This year, I do not.
That's my boy Adam Buchanan.
Adam Buchanan. I know I have a friend that used to help out with that series. I don't believe he's doing so anymore. But every time the Empire Super Sprints or the ESS comes close to my hometown, I like to stop by. As your race leaders did have to pit. They are Jeff Crosby in pit road, and he has already been down and away. It looks like he was in the pit stop for 7 seconds, so fit packing that 33 full of fuel. So that race lead now between Marin and the 23 or the 26 of Reynolds rages on.
All right, so the 23 and the 26 take over the top spot. As Jeff Crosby did hit pit road, and David Booth, Anthony English, Sean Stevens, and Jeremy Funk all on the pit road as well. They are down and away. Man, this race has really got the field all sorts of jumbled up. With everything that has gone on, some of the fast guys are a lap down, and they went a lap down very early because of issues.
Oh, trouble. David Booth in trouble down the back stretch. Big wreck. Multiple cars involved. Oh, JD Crow involved. Sean McCarra, Ernie Williams in the 91. Yellow flag coming out here on lap 44.
A big crash, oops, excuse me, involving multiple cars once again. Vicente Guerrero, Eric Laurie. Looks like the 84. The 84 of Aspen Belbin was about ready to go another lap down, so I'm wondering if that had something here to do with it. Let's see if we can't back this up and figure out where things went wrong.
It looks like the 6 of Dustin Barber got loose off the corner. Yeah, David Booth was coming back up to speed off of pit road, well below the yellow line. And Barber made contact with him, and that sent him up across the racetrack, it looks like.
Multiple cars getting up into the air. The 84 of Aspen Belbin spinning. Tyler Miller spinning. Zach Workman. The 51 involved. Josh Milam in the 7 looked like he was able to get through it. Watch this from the back of the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Zach Fritsch able to squeeze through that one just in time. He didn't really have to squeeze, but he was clear of it before things went south.
That he did. And multiple drivers coming down pit road with a lot of damage. Now the question is, who has backup cars still available? Who's going to have to sit in their pit stalls and get fixed? JD Crow in his car, his number 2. Looks like does not have a backup, and it is missing the rear trunk lid and the front bumper cap. So Pro's night might come to an end here, KR, unfortunately, for that number 2.
Yeah, that's 2 hard hits for the 2 of JD Crow. Started on the front row and just not gone his way here tonight. So caution flag coming out. This one, another big one, but it does find the 32 of B.K. Anderson as the race leader.
This one's been a wild one.
It has been a wild one. A lot of airborne race cars here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. We're going to have to get with the OP Racing sanction body and see if we can get that fixed. To have to go back to the R&D center. How about this? BK Anderson choosing the outside on this restart.
All right, so BK Anderson, rookie for Team Limitless, up against a veteran championship winner, race winner, 26 Hunter Reynolds. How's this going to play out?
Hunter Reynolds does lead stage wins this season. Josh Allen, who's tied with Zach Fritz with 2 after his win of stage number 1 here tonight. And these points all mean something. This can help at the start of the playoffs, can help, you know, make your way to the playoffs if you don't get the finishes, but you get those stage wins in the most points you can leading up to that last half of the race. And that's why these drivers race as hard as they do and can.
Well, lights are out on the Ford Mustang. They're going to bring it on the pit road and let Al look at his beloved pace car.
I need to look at that. The lights went out again.
Look, he's coming right toward you, Al. All right, green flag back out. The 26 and the 32 on the throttle. Zach Fritch and the 23 is Sebastian Marin. Going to try and get to their back bumpers, but the 23, big wiggle, lots of wiggling going on. And the 23 is Sebastian Marin falling back very quickly. 3 wide because of that. They are getting very tight. Through 1 and 2. Going to be a shootout here. Zach Fritch in the 12 and around goes the 6 of Barber. Zach Fritch out in front. No caution flag yet. Oh, and now around goes the 32 of BK Anderson, and the yellow flag is going to come out. And Zach Fritch is going to be our stage 2 winner. So, as that plays out, let's look and see what happened to the 6 of Dustin Barber. He and Andy Brigante go spinning down to the inside. Not sure where this contact happens, but around they go. Take one more look at it here. And then while that was going on, the yellow flag comes out as BK Anderson and his teammate, or I'm sorry, the 23 is Sebastian Marin, make contact. And that one does bring out the yellow. So, Al, we get a Zach Fritsch interview.
We do.
And that's going to make Alan very happy.
Very.
And I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to let you interview him.
I like talking to our friend.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Also, he pays his bills on time.
He does?
Yeah, which is more than I can say.
Well, I mean, how was I going to say it?
So down on the pit road comes the field. That Fritsch in his pit stall. Josh Milam in the 7 hitting his pit box. Logan Helton in the 63 winning the race off of pit road. Logan Helton with a very quick pit stop, 2-tire stop for him. Zach Fritsch taking 4 tires and losing a ton of spots because of it. Let's go ahead and fire up our stage 2 winner. That is the driver of the 12.
Zach Fritsch is Al Smith up in the turn 3 booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, boys.
Hey, looking good out there, missing the wrecks in what has been a wild race. You're going to be tying up now for the most stage wins this season. What's it going to take to get into the win column here tonight for the remaining 50 laps of this one? It's been a rough and tumble race by your guys' standards out there. It looks pretty wild. The conditions tough out there for you?
Not so much. I mean, you said it perfect. You know, we've been dodging the wrecks luckily. You know, they've been either right behind us or, you know, we've been checking up in time for them. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing with that. Make sure we're good with that. And hopefully we're there at the end and have no mistakes on pit road to get up there have a chance to win it.
At the end of this one, you got to have at least probably another couple pit stops. No mistakes on pit road. Obviously, the big one, especially green flag pit stops. But when it comes down to it, what lane do you want to be in, the outside, inside? They've seemed pretty equal out there on the racetrack here tonight. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I mostly want to be in the high lane here. Probably pretty much what you guys think it was probably equal. There was a lot of people there for like stage 1 that were trying to make it all the way to the end. Stage 1, there was very few that were going to be able to make it until that caution happened, and then everybody was able to make it then. So hopefully this top side, you'll probably see here, this top side will probably get rolling again. Yeah, we got about 2 more pit stops left for the end of this race, and there's no mistakes on pit road, and hopefully, you know, sometimes you really don't want to be in the crowd, you know, with all the cluster coming into pit road. So
well, we wish you the best of luck. The big question I have is, do you still have that backup car available if needed?
I do, and hopefully we can keep it that way all the way to the end, just in case.
Well, just so you know, Alan's keeping us entertained with dad jokes while you're out here entertaining the races. So we appreciate that, but we'll let you thank those drivers who are really coming back to green flag. Anybody got to really do a quick shout out and thanks to?
Yeah, I just had to thank out for my team. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Can't wait to watch it. Thank OP and its members, and got to thank Logan and Hunter there helping me get to the stage. So,
well, good luck here in this stage. Going back green flag race, and we'll let you get back to it. That's Zach Fritsch in the 12, going to try to win it. Stay in the single car, KR.
Yeah.
And he is gone. Well, I didn't want to talk too much as he's in the important seat, down in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I was having a hard time finding his team channel for some reason.
Hello? You grabbed him.
Listen, I don't like your attitude.
Zach Fritsch going to try to stay up front is Logan Helton now to the point. Drops down in front of Jim Mayer. Nagels, the rookie, running there in spot number 3. And Alex Green back inside the top 5 after we saw him go through the spin cycle in stage number 1. The inside line opening up. Ernie Williams working the inside of the racetrack with Peter DeBorgia and Eric Laurie All until behind the rookie of that National Guard, 06 of Nagels, trying to go to the point off of turn number 4.
Cody Nagels battling with Logan Helton. Seems like Limitless, these rookies from Limitless always end up with championship caliber drivers to their outside on the front row.
That they are. They are 2 by 2. McCarron still has a little wrinkle in that back bumper. Josh Brown behind him. Zach Fritz, the outside line starting to form up. You heard it. He's just been able to miss the wrecks, and he does not want to be in the middle of it. Should have asked him what the middle was, That's what I should have asked, because by my standards, he's in the middle of it right now.
Well, Cody Nagels in the 06, now dealing with the 91 of Ernie Williams to his inside. We have started our third and final stage. Typically 2 pit stops required to get to the end of the race. Cautions could change everyone's plan of attack, of course. But Al, this one already has seen some very dramatic twists and turns. 28 cars on the lead lap. Only 3 cars out of this race. Tyler Miller, Aspen Belvin, and Travis Elliott. So the attrition starting to show, and a lot of cars a lot of drivers are on their backup cars already.
That they are. So you gotta wonder how aggressive they are going to be. Obviously, you want to get to the front. We know that this racetrack is a handful for the drivers. They're going to be sweating out of breath by the end of it. How hard do you push to get up front? How much do you want to try to stay up front? Or how much do you kind of sit back and kind of rely on having another big one that's going to wipe out some of your competition, knowing that some of them do not have a backup car in the pits if they are to get wrecked, and there's a lot of heavy hitters that are in that boat.
Riding on the back of Cody Nagels' car, looking at Logan Helton in that 63. All right, so dad jokes continue to keep coming in. One of my favorite things is when we have all these dad jokes. So
you write them down.
What do you call a sad strawberry?
A lemon strawberry? I don't know. Am I on the right path?
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Miss
All right,
Michelle Anderson chiming in with a dad joke.
I like it. Or is it a mom joke?
Oh. See, I don't know, because moms can be funny, but like, mom's funny is usually like an intellectual type.
That is true.
Dad joke just points out the obvious.
Oh, it's called a blueberry.
See?
I like it. I'm going to use that one tomorrow at work. Thank you, Michelle.
You know, Kevin did post one that says, why do dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? The answer is just in case there's a hole in one. I'm going to be honest. I take an extra pair of socks when I go golfing because I usually find a way to fall in the water. Don't think you're supposed to do that when you go golfing, but I find a way.
Well, when I go golf, so when I golf, for the people I golf with, some of them are good, but when I golf with like the people that are my skill, we figure out who wins by who loses the least amount of golf balls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Accurate.
if you do find golf balls, that takes away from what you lost. So there's a hide and seeking type of golfing that I do. I haven't golfed at all this year. Have you?
I've been one time, and that was while I was in Cancun.
There you go. How about Nagels to the point, though? He's got a good pusher behind him. The driver that knows how to get it done and has gotten it done 3 times this season in that 63 of Logan Helton. Ernie Williams down low in that 91. That driver has been plagued with bad luck. No sponsors on that 91. That makes me sad. We need to get your face on it, KR.
No. Well, my face doesn't need to go on any race cars. It never works well.
That is true. I would, but it's a Chevy. Can't sponsor a Chevy.
Ouch. Standards, right?
I do have standards.
It can happen.
These drivers
Too bad they're low.
Huh?
Too bad they're so low.
Whoa! I don't like your attitude. Dash KR. These drivers 2x2, they're making me nervous. Nothing's gonna happen. Sean Stevens up there in that 27. He is mixing it up there, trying to be the lucky dog. He's wrestling the 17 of Reynolds for that honor. If we were to happen to get a yellow flag, I'm saying that the likelihood of him getting a yellow flag is pretty high. Now, the likelihood that he's not involved in something, I don't know. And I'm not saying that he's going to cause it. I'm saying he's just going to be collected in something.
Now, there has been a lot of cars collected in incidents here tonight. Working lap 62 of 100. Drivers last on pit road on lap 50. So green of flag pit stop is going to be coming up here in just a handful of laps. So Al, how far are you going to try and stretch it, knowing that you do have 2 pit stops?
I don't know. I think you want to get to where you can split the next stage. With the way this race has gone, I think I kind of, it's tough to say because it depends where you are. I think if you're up front, you go as long as you can. You have to come to pit road. If you're maybe mid-pack in that area of where you're uncomfortable of what you're seeing out the windshield, maybe you come down pit road at that, as soon as you know that you are going to only need to make 2 more stops. Maybe that's kind of my train of thought currently.
Not a bad train of thought. Not a bad train of thought. One of them is going to be the right one. One of these drivers is going to have the right train of thought. What I meant to say. Cody Nagels and Ernie Williams continue to lead their respective lanes. Logan Helton, Jim Mayer. We're going to try and figure out what to do here. Those 2 teammates, when they get hooked up, they can be very quick, quickly work their way to the front. I might be able to talk here in a little bit, but right now, not so much.
It's your tired brain.
I think so.
The pack here working off turn number 4. Nagels to the point. Williams still down low. At this point, are you just riding? I mean, obviously you're trying to get into the best position you can. But knowing that you have pit stops coming up, we have 35 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Oh, now Nagels with a little bit of electrical issues. That's going to be a little unnerving for the 63 of Helton. Now Nagels going to drop down in front of Williams. That leaves the outside line open for the 63 of Helton. Back to my train of thought, though. Are you just riding? Are you trying to get to the best spot you can? Right now, if you're out there racing, are you just logging laps, trying to stay out of trouble, trying to get into an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, at this point, with the pit stops coming up very quickly, you're taking what's given to you, but you're not out there actively digging hard. I'd say you're kind of in that holding pattern. You've gotten all you can, and if your line starts moving forward and an opening presents itself, then you might take it. Oh, Holloway in the 21 as he was being passed, had a little bit of contact, able to keep it off the wall. Now Alex Green hard into the wall. He went up the track coming off of turn number 4, and Alex Green smacks the wall. He has lost all sorts of speed and momentum. He is trying to gather that back up.
That really backed up the cars behind them.
Wow. All right, so he'll be one of those drivers happy to hit pit road. Cody Nagels in the 06 continues to lead this race. Wes Levy on the pit road. Anthony English, Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt all on the pit road that time. So they are starting to trickle in. I expect to see this lap or the next, most of this group hit pit lane.
And you're starting to see them get into that single file formation. The team's working their way down to the inside line so they can peel off and not get into a big accident. Now here's the main thing is not getting a pit road speeding penalty. As you got 2 drivers at the back of the field, make it 4 now. Coming to pit road led by Alex Green that scraped the outside wall. A few laps to go. Chase Berry and Cody Oberg coming to pit road.
Andy Brigante at the tail end of this pack here, in danger of losing the draft, so he's hoping that everyone hits pit road and he can maybe get a good pit stop and get caught back up to this group.
And a lot can happen, especially with these cars. They start to get really loose. Now your race leader peels off pit road. He's going to bring another 5 drivers with him. Everybody trying to get down to that pit road speed, hitting the cone. No one likes those cones, Kayla.
I don't like the cones either.
I mean, I don't like them either.
That's
I
me.
like to run them over. Hey, Bobby Helton. Looking for a crank it up, KR.
Oh,
just keep it in the back of your mind. We aim to please.
Let's get through these pit stops. We'll do a crank it up.
I like it.
I do too.
Everybody now chasing Hunter Reynolds to your top 3 cars, all from Fuel Sim Racing. Zach Fritz has made his way to 4th spot now as more cars peel off. So slowly but surely starting to see the strategies play out between the drivers and the teams out there on the racetrack. David Overstreet runs there in the 5th spot. Zach Workman behind them. We haven't really talked much about them recently, but quietly running inside the top 10 now is that number 46 and 19, and Gabe Butler in the 88 right there behind them as well, as they start to peel around cars that are coming off a pit road. That's where it starts to get dicey, where things can get into trouble.
Absolutely. You have to have your eyes up and be ready.
Oh, Overstreet, hang on to it. He almost built the country time. He woes it down.
He's still in trouble. Somehow he keeps from hitting anything and holds on to it.
I don't know how he did that. And hits his pit stop perfect.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
John McCarran is going to be shown as your race leader as they will flash by Logan Helton to the back bumper, pushing him around the racetrack.
Well, he's not the race leader just yet. Gonna be close. I think Hunter is down and away. I think Hunter is going to get past, but it's going to happen all the way onto the backstretch. Go on board, looking out the back of Hunter Reynolds, you can see the field that is already up to speed on the high side, and here they come onto the backstretch. Hunter Reynolds onto the racetrack. He's still not up to full speed. And here comes the 06 of Cody Nagels, who does have his car at full speed. Thackford pushing hard on the 26, and here comes Cody. So advantage once again, having that early pit stop.
The Nagels back to the point. Ernie Williams, just like that. Gil went through pit stops and, well, they worked around the racetrack. The 14 working the inside of the 63 of Helton, and that's Guerrero. I was holding my breath there, Dave. He was dancing and a weaving and a diving. I thought maybe some contact would happen. Everybody keeping it. I should know better than to hold my breath like that, KR. These drivers here on Monday night, they're here for a reason.
Well, you can hold your breath. It makes it more exciting. Speaking of exciting, let's go ahead and do a little bit of turn it up. always enjoy a good turn it up session. Gets those car noises right in your ear holes. Gets you down and into the racing action. We got 23 laps to go here in this Bumpy Road version 2.0 alpha beta testing complete. This one is almost in the books with 22 laps to go. Al, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. This has been a spectacular 6 race season so far in race number 7. Not disappointing us at all.
It has not. I think the highlight for me was watching Overstream. I could watch that replay over and over. The exchange of coming to pit road there. I don't know how he didn't wreck that car, but this one has had it all. It's had wrecks, it's had strategy, it's had live pit stops, and these drivers out there showing us why they do it week in and week out here for us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And KR, I'm glad that you sent the chopper to come get me here tonight.
I did.
So I appreciate that. As Ernie Williams still leads it, Nagel's gonna chop the nose off. Someone check the forehead of Hunter Reynolds, please. I think the Reynolds wrap might be slapped right across the face of the 26s. Nagel said, I don't think so. I'm coming down with that energy. And just like that, Ernie Williams dropping like a rock on the outside line. Zach Fritz, though, hanging out there in the top 3. Zach Workman as well. Also, how about the rookie up there, Warren? And BK Anderson nose to tail on the outside lane behind the veteran of Williams. Working off turn number 4. Some of the moves out there have been very bold here tonight.
That they have. You're not wrong. Down to 20 laps to go. Al, our fuel window to make it our regular scheduled distance. Going to open up here in about 3 laps, but how much do you roll the dice and anticipate a green-white checkered? We've seen that the drivers who hit pit road first in this race come out on top with the race lead when everything is cycled through.
Yeah, I think as soon as that window opens, maybe a lap after that window opens, to kind of give you a little bit of assurance, because you know you're going to save some fuel if a yellow flag were to come out later on. I think I'm in that mindset. A lap or 2 after that window opens is when I would want to hit pit road. But they'll all prove us wrong again, like they do every week. I think they enjoy that.
Yeah, they usually don't do anything until we say something, and before we even have time to catch our breath from what we've said, they prove us wrong.
Absolutely.
Time and time again. It gets annoying. It really does.
It does. It does. You know, and then we keep coming back, and then they just keep doing it to us. You think we'd learn after a while.
Yeah. I guess not.
I guess not. But I do have some sad news for you, KR. It looks like we have lost 4 drivers currently out of the race.
Well, the good news is I can't count that high, so.
Right. Yeah, it's just a tough break there. Travis Elliott, Belvin, Miller, and Alex Green have all retired from tonight's race currently, or at least behind the wall. JD Crow is down on pit road, and he's been down there for an extensive time. That car had massive damage. The tough break for JD Crow once again this season. Oh, Zach Workman, here they go. Final pit stops underway here at Daytona.
Hard on the binders, the 19 and the 40 locking up the brakes as they came to pit lane. Cody Nagels in the 06 staying out in front. So our next round of green flag pit stops happening with 17 laps to go. That is right on the edge of this fuel window. So the dice are already being rolled, Al.
That they are. And we talked about, KR, you did mention if you pit earlier than everybody else, you might be able to leapfrog them. And just like that, Williams and Warren, the only cars to stay out onto the racetrack. Is this going to be costly for those two drivers as everyone else has come to pit road? We'll have to see if there's been any penalties or speeding penalties applied. But Cody Ober also not coming down pit road. The first group to come down. Ober, Brigante, Lori, and Butler. Be interesting to see how this one will all play out. They pit on lap 68. Can they make it to the end?
Well, here they come. Our race leader, Nate Warren and Ernie Williams on the pit road. They bring Sean Stevens in the 27 with them. Cody Ober in the 8, the 13 of Andy Brigante, Eric Laurie, and the 62 of Les Levy have not yet hit pit road. They are going to stay out.
They will stay out. They are really stretching it out right now. It's Ernie Williams and Warren, and Williams going to lose some ground to the 42 of Warren. That's not going to help their cause. I believe after this all cycles out, your race leader should be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds.
Do want to point out that Josh Milam in the 7 did get popped for speeding. So now Cody Ober peeling off for pit lane. Eric Laurie in the 071 does stay out. And Laurie stays out. Stretches that as far as he can.
Interesting plate calls out here on the racetrack. They are going to catch Laurie, and they're going to swallow him up and spit him out like a Kubota.
Yeah, he only has the 7 of Josh Milam working with him right now. His speed is not near what this pack is that's closing in on him, and he is going to peel off for pit road. So Eric Laurie on the pit lane gives up the race lead as the field flashes by on the outside. And your new leader now is the 23 of Sebastian Marin as he battles with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds.
Those two drivers, remember, are on the same team.
Yes, both drivers from Fuel Sim Racing.
I was looking at my notes, make sure I was not gonna spit out some wrong information. Hunter Reynolds already a winner on the season. At this point, is it important to get another team member locked in, or do you want to secure another win and earn those bonus points for the win? As they're going to come up here, swallow up Josh Milam and the 19 of Zach Workman with just 12 laps to go. They are 2 by 2, and they got some hungry drivers behind them as well. And it gets really tight off the turn number 2 down the backstretch, and they should have no problem getting by the Josh Milam number 7, Zach Workman, already to the backside of that group. Oh, hang on to it. Jim Mayer's in the outside wall. Trouble. One car around. There goes the 40 of the Porsche. Mark Mann involved. Big trouble down at turn number 4. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Milam in the 7, heavy damage. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia also got some damage to that race car. Yellow flag coming out once again. Let's see what happened. Jim Mayer in the 95, hard into the wall. Peter DeBorgia, Sean McCara. Looks like Mark Mann getting a piece of it as well. And see if we can back this up just a little bit.
I believe that all started with a bad bump from McCara to Jim Mayer, KR.
Yeah, looking like...
I mean, it wasn't a malicious bump. It was just McCara was down low and it just caught Mayer at the wrong time. And your car is so light on entry here, going over those bumps. Logan Helton involved with it as well. A little bit of right front damage to the 63.
Well, I'm having a hard time finding what I want to find to back this up, so just have to take a look at it from here. Again, a bunch of torn up race cars.
Yeah, a bunch of torn up cars that were candidates to maybe make the victory lane or at least get a good finish here. And that will not be the case once again.
All right, Al, our buddy Josh Medlock is up in here. And Josh, tough break on everyone getting the vid. Hope everyone bounces back from it. Never a good thing.
Nope. Stay hydrated. Get the rest. Don't play around. Stay moving if you can.
Cough on as many Californians as you can.
You in California, KR?
No.
Oh. What do you got against Californians?
Everything.
Hey, how about that? We got currently 18 people watching. We got 16 thumbs up. These drivers do appreciate the thumbs up, though. They've told us that in the past, that if you hit that thumbs up, they come back there. They know that you guys out there that are watching, the family, the friends, the fans, are enjoying what they're doing for you. And it takes a lot of talent, a lot of effort out there for these drivers to race under the conditions that they are. The more thumbs up that they get, the harder they race. And it's shown it this season.
Yeah, they definitely come back, watch everything. So you guys keep cheering for your driver. Let them know that you are here supporting them, even though they can't hear it right now. Actually, some of them do have the broadcast up. Now, I'm not going to say that they're reading the chat, but I do know I've heard the broadcast from time to time in the background when we interview them. So some of these drivers do have this broadcast up so they can see who you are cheering for. So maybe you cheer for your driver, or maybe you throw out some psychological warfare and you know who's watching the broadcast and you don't want them to win. So you throw down, you know, some words that try and get under their skin.
Good. Maybe that's why they prove us wrong from time to time. They're actually listening.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the lights are out. You got teammates on the front row. Sebastian Marin and Hunter Reynolds. Gabe Butler and Zach Fritz making up row number 2. Row 3, Nagels and Seabrands. Crosby and Logan Helton. Now, Helton has a little bit of right front damage from that wreck that put us underneath their yellow flag here.
We're going to ride on board with Logan Helton. as the green flag comes out. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 just ahead of him. The 12 is Zach Fritz, your stage 2 winner. Looking like he is in position to try and win this race. Cody Nagels, Gabe Butler, Sebastian Merritt, Hunter Reynolds, everyone up in front. Race winners in OP. Maybe not necessarily on a Monday night, but they all have a race win in OP.
How about Anthony English? Remember, he was down a lap for most of this race. KR now finds himself inside the top 10. He works around the outside of the 33 at Crosby. Is up front. It is 2 by 2. One car taking a peek to the outside. I believe that might be the 91 of Williams. Williams looking very sporty here tonight at Daytona. As Hunter Reynolds gets pushed to the race lead by Zach Fritz.
Anthony English, who started this race off upside down, now up into the top 10. So good run by the 44. 7 laps to go. Sebastian Merritt in the 23, looking for his first win of the season. Hard to believe Sebastian Merritt doesn't have a win yet. But
and not many poles.
Yeah, not many poles, not many wins. Last season, this man literally felt like he was on pole or the front row every single week. Struggled to get a win, don't get me wrong, but still was able to find victory lane and run up front consistently. Well, here he is again this season, still running up front and still looking for that first win of this season.
That just shows you how competitive the OP Premier Series here on Monday night really is. And I believe, one car gets turned around. That's the 91 of Williams.
A 1-car spin may not bring out the caution flag as he is down below the racing line, especially inside of 10 laps to go. It's a tough break for the 91 of Ernie Williams. He takes that to pit lane. Let's see if we can see what happened to Ernie. And it looked like a checkup, and the 97 of Jeremy Funk just getting to the back bumper of Williams at the wrong time. It's a tough break for the 91.
Very tough break, and he took the quick toe to pit road. So unfortunately, the 91 of Williams not going to finish where he's running. He was fast all night long. Lead laps was up in the mix of it. Unfortunately, his night coming to a crashing halt here with 5 laps to go. And the side drafts, the bumps, and these drivers all hanging it out here, trying to get that coveted win here at Daytona. Right now, Hunter Reynolds with a good push from Zach Fritz. And if I had to guess, if Fritz can get Hunter Reynolds pushed out far enough, I think you'd see a move happen, and it still might happen here with just 4 laps to go. But they are 2 by 2. And the inside line holding well to the outside line. Better than we have seen in races past here, KR.
You know, excuse me. That outside lane is where most of the drivers prefer to be, but I think the temperature of the track, everything has these lanes very even this time. And now we're going to have 3 laps to go. Sebastian Merritt, Hunter Reynolds running side by side. Al, I don't know about you, but I don't think we get to the white flag without a caution flag in between here and there.
I don't know the way that this race has been. It started off rough. These drivers, the side drafts down the back straightaway and in the corners. The car's getting light over the bumps. Tires getting worn out. Anything can happen. We will find out, though, in a matter of 3 laps, KR. But I'm not going to take that bet. I think you might be onto something here. As now we work off for turn number 4 here to come see the Rapideers are up. 2 laps to go.
2 more times around this bumpy Daytona track. That gives you a lot of opportunity to make a move and try and get something going to get this win in your favor. Gabe Butler, Sebastian Marin on the inside. Both drivers hungry for a win. The 26 Hunter Reynolds picked up his first win of the season last week on Labor Day. He'd love to go for 2 in a row, and Zach Fritsch in the 12. Well, he's got Alan Fritsch to make happy, so he is digging hard for that race win.
Yeah, Sebastian Marin also trying to crack into the win column. So right now, Fuel Sim Racing leading both lanes. It's a matter who will get to the stripe first. And we are underneath the final lap, so the next flag will end the race. 23 Sebastian Marin pokes the nose out front over Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds back now about a full car length behind the outside line. So they start to build that momentum up. Oh, contact between Fritz and Engels off of turn number 2.
Down the backstretch they come for the final time. Sebastian Marin in the 23, Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Teammates from Fuel Sim Racing. How is this going to play out? What are the team orders here? In fact, I don't think there's team orders as they are crashing behind them. Big trouble for several cars. Cody Ober involved, but here they come. Off of turn number 4, Sebastian Marin has the lead. Cody Nagels smacks the inside wall. Everyone falls apart behind them, and Sebastian Marin picks up the win. Hunter Reynolds brings it home in second, and third place going to Zach Fritsch in the 12.
Unbelievable finish. Trouble off of turn number 4 and trouble going into turn 3. And Fuel Sim Racing going to get a 1-2 finish here tonight. And locking in another driver from the stable into the playoffs. KR, have you ever?
Usually on Monday night with OP, yeah. It usually happens. The craziness knows no bounds. All right, we're going to check up on what happened through turns 1 and 2 on the white flag lap. Or I'm sorry, this was down the backstretch. We're catching up on the action through turns 1 and 2. The 8 of Cody Ober, the 71 of Sean McCarra, the 21 of Daniel Holloway, and contact just up ahead. And Ober goes into the fence. Heavy contact for the 8 of Cody Ober on the last lap. Tough break, but Nate Warren, Dustin Barber, everyone trying to get every bit of race finish that they can. And then coming to the line, everyone starts scrambling and tearing up race cars trying to finish.
That was a photo finish at the line there.
As Sebastian Marin celebrates his race win, his first one of the season. So Al, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this show into the post race. How about you kick us off by talking to our race winner? That is 23 is Sebastian Marin.
Yeah, we're down here on the front stretch with Sebastian Marin in what was a photo finish. Yeah, race hard. You had Fuel Sim Racing on the top line and bottom line. Walk us through the last 5 laps or so. It looked like crazy racing out there all night long, but then it just ramped up again at the end.
Yeah, and it was a great race. You know, started out front with my teammates, got some playoff points on the first stage. Made a mistake on the second stage. I almost hooked BK, and I went to the third because I felt like I was going to turn him if I didn't. And then the wreck happened down the back, and then I ended up turning BK anyways, and I feel so bad for him because I basically like wrecked him twice. And then after that, I was kind of stuck at the back. I didn't know if I could get back to the front, seeing how hard it is, how hard it is to pass, track position being so key, and the track being really, really slick. And then I made a mistake taking right side tires on the second to last pit stop. So I was even looser than usual, and man, that's why I chose the bottom on that last restart, because I told my teammate Hunter, I'm like, if I go up top, I feel like I'm gonna get loose, and pick us all out. And luckily, the issues happened behind us coming out of 4. Hunter was ahead when they wrecked, so having the shorter line and having a little bit of side draft entering the travel barely got me ahead. But I can't believe it. I thought it was going to be a tough race once I got in the back, but somehow recovered, and we got a 1-2 with my teammate Hunter, so it's been a great day for the team.
And you're going to become the 3rd Fuel Sim Racing member to lock themselves in with a win this season. Speaks loudly of just how fast your team is, how well you work together early on so far at the halfway point of the regular season.
Yeah, we've been working great. I feel like we match each other's energy perfectly. Like I think we have one. Me usually is a bit more talkative. Hunter's kind of in the middle, and Josh is a bit more quiet. So we kind of balance each other out. We kind of all joke around about the same things. We all like to race the same way. So our chemistry there is great. I know how good we are. And now that we're executing, working together, now we're seeing the results, and hopefully we can keep ranking up the wins throughout the season and get Jimmy and hopefully get Jimmy a win. I think that's his last wish. I think he wants to win one race. I think that's going to be the plan now.
Well, you definitely have the speed in the team to do so. But before we let you roll on out here tonight, who makes it all possible? I know you got a lot of teammates, sponsors, and fans out there watching that you'd like to send a thank you to.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to FSR. Like I said, Jimmy, Hunter, Josh, and oh my God, I'm so sorry. Who's the last teammate? I feel so bad. I forgot. I need to find
teammate
it.
You are.
What a great teammate am I, right? Dustin, there we go. Boom, got him. Dustin, he's been a lot of fun. Gotta give a shout out to Hunter and Josh. Kind of us 3 tend to stick together a lot more often. We've been working great, helping each other win stages, helping each other win races. Gotta give a shout out to OP for putting on this league. I'm really, really enjoying it so far this season, way more than last season. So can't wait for the rest of the season, and can't wait for next week to go back to, I believe, regular Daytona. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations, Sebastian. Go let this one sink in. You are now a playoff driver for the 2nd year in a row. Congratulations, and we'll see you in 1 week's time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's your winner tonight, Sebastian Marin in car number 23 for Fuel Sim Racing. And I believe you caught up with our 2nd place finisher, who lost by a single sheet of that Reynolds wrap, KR.
Yeah, a good close race, and you said it, losing by a single strip of Reynolds wrap tin foil. That is the 2600 Reynolds. Hunter, congratulations on 2nd place, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
A solid race for you here tonight. You picked up your 1st win last week, your 2nd here tonight. Looks like things are clicking for you here right now.
Yeah, it's a good time in the season to get it turned up and hopefully make a good playoff run. But happy Seabass could get the win there. I wanted that thing, and Zach was doing a good job pushing me, but came up a little short tonight. But you know what? Seabass needed it, so good on him.
Lot of chaos behind you guys on that white flag lap. How much were you looking in your mirror of what was going on?
Honestly, a lot. I was probably looking in the mirror more than I was looking out the front windshield, to be honest, making sure Zach was doing all right back there. But yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I had to take the fast repair on lap 6, so I was pretty nervous the rest of the race. But just stuck with my strategy, which is try to stay out front all night. Got some good stage points and a good finish here, so good points tonight.
Oh man, a solid run for you. Like I said, picked up the win last week, 2nd place here this week. Things are looking like on the momentum swing. Just a few races out from the playoffs, you're saying at best. Time to get hot right about now.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna do it, this is the time to do it. So we just got to keep it going the rest of the season and try and ride this high horse as long as we can.
All right, shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yep, like to thank all my teammates. Good job, Seabass on the win. Like to thank Dustin, my dad. Like to thank Josh. everybody else that supports the team. Like to thank you guys up in the booth. KR, Al do a great job at Turn 3 Racing Network. Like to thank all the family and friends out there watching. Appreciate all you guys, and thanks everybody else checking out the broadcast.
All right, there you have it. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, your second place finisher. Once again, Hunter, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, now it is time to get to our final step of the podium, and that is the driver of the 12. And Al, I believe you caught up with him.
I have caught up with the number 12, Zach Fritz, who, well, went sideways, crossed the line, going to come home in that third position. Picked up a stage win here tonight. Not a bad night overall. I know you wanted those 2 spots in front of you, but third, a good points night. Looking forward for the rest of the season. This race here had it all for you, Zach. You were very fast. You've been fast all season long. What else did you need out of this number 12 to maybe get up there and break up that fuel sim racing party that was in front of you?
No, I just kind of stayed where I put, you know, got a little bit committed there at the end, and was hoping, you know, maybe something would clear my way through the bottom so that way I can get down to the bottom. But Gabe's such a talented pusher to where, you know, he was keeping Seabass right there and I couldn't do anything. And then coming out of 4 there, I probably should have jumped up there with Rick, you know, for the third lane, but you know, I went down there to help Hunter again and then just got hooked there a little bit there at the end. But you know, just wanted consistency, you know. I'm, you know, just trying to, that's what I'm aiming for, is the consistency, so that way you know, playoffs come, you know, I'm going to be consistent, so that way I can you know, catch myself going to the round of 8 or champ 4 or whatever, not be a first round exit like I do every season.
Well, we definitely want to see you make it as far as you can, even possibly that championship there. You have the speed this season. You're racing with the confidence, and you find yourself well above the cut line already at the halfway point of the season. Next week, we are here on, well, repaved Daytona. They come out after you guys race here on the Bumpy, lay down the new asphalt. What's the outlook headed back here to Daytona in 1 week's time?
Same strategy, you know, just avoid the wrecks, you know, stay up front, try to stay as much as you can up front and try to avoid as much as you can. No mistakes on pit road. You know, those can be very, very costly. You know, you make a mistake on pit road. So just going to keep doing what I'm doing, you know, being consistent. I'm afraid, another reason why is I'm afraid if I get a win, I'll start to slack. I'm in the playoffs, you know what I mean? So I just, you know, I kind of like this side of it just so I can know that I need to stay consistent and stay above the cut line and stuff like that. So hopefully just keep doing that part and we should be all right.
We're having a good time. You can watch it while you're racing the stream in it. You can watch right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, also on your stream over there. And you get the 2 different perspectives of it. The night's race wild. That inside line had speed. I was expecting that outside line to kind of be dominant, and they were pretty even here tonight.
Yeah, you know, when we talked earlier for the stage win, I thought for sure it was, you know, for us just saving fuel. But if you got a talented pusher and stuff like that, I mean, you guys proved me wrong. Yeah, the bottom lane was definitely, you know, just as strong as the top lane, and it's usually not the case here, you know, with all the bumps and stuff like that. So, just a very well pushing guys, you know, that were up there in the front, you know, keeping their leaders or whoever they have up in the front, staying where they are and not falling straight to the back, you know, because the outside lane is so strong. So, but yeah, you were right.
For once, where we were right, KR, as you hear that. But Zach, before we let you roll on out of here, who makes it all possible for you and your race team to get here on the podium here tonight?
Oh, I got to definitely take out my team flat out. You know, Tyler, Jeff, and Travis and Sean. Got to thank those guys. We did excellent, you know, pit strats, you know, for some of us, and then unfortunately, you know, they were just on the bad luck of the pot, you know, with getting in on all the wrecks that was going on. Got to thank my wife for letting me race, my father, and all the fans that are watching on my stream, and all the fans watching on Turn 3. I got to thank you guys up in the booth. Can't wait to watch it again tomorrow. So that way I can message KR, and talk some more crap about him or whatever. That way he can see it. And then I just got to thank OP and all of its admins.
Well, congratulations, Zach. When you enjoy your week, buddy. It's always a pleasure talking to you here, and we look forward to but talking to you. We'll just go ahead and say it. Talking to you at some point next Monday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That's Zach French, KR, finishing in that third position here tonight. That'll do it for our post-race show. Only one thing left to do, and that is to go through our full field rundown.
Well, we got to talk to our podium finishing drivers, Sebastian Marin, Hunter Reynolds, and Zach Fritsch. They get the honors of being in the top 3 here tonight. Logan Helton in a 4th, rounding out the top 5 was the 071 of Eric Laurie.
Vicente Guerrero is going to come home in the 6th spot. Rick Seabrand 7th. Anthony English, BK Anderson, and Gabe Butler rounding out your top 10.
11th place going to go to Jeff Crosby Jr., Jeremy Funk in 12th, 13th Chase Berry, Nate Warren 14th, and 15th goes to the 04 Mark Mann.
Sean McCarroll will come home 16th, Andy Briganti behind him, Dustin Barber, Peter DeBorgia, Daniel Holloway rounding out your 20th position.
21st, David Overstreet, 22nd, Cody Ober, Cody Nagels, 23rd, 24th, Zach Workman, and James Mayer, 25th.
26th will go to Sean Stevens. Les Levy will come home 27th. Ernie Williams, a very upsetting finish to his night, very fast all night, will come home 28th. David Booth and David Hunt rounding out 29th and 30th positions.
31st, Josh Milam, Jimmy Reynolds, 32nd, JD Crow, 33rd, Alex Green, 34th, Tyler Miller, 35th, 36th goes to Travis Elliott, and Aspen Belvin finishing in 37th spot. So guys, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We hope you all enjoyed the show. I know I enjoyed talking about racing with Al and all of y'all here tonight. So Al, why don't you sign us off?
Yeah, thank you all for watching the Turn 3 Racing Network. For the producer and main guy behind the scenes, KR Stolfus, I'm Al Smith, and we'll see you in Turn 3.